Crosstalk throughout the day here on RT International. Despite optimistic talk of a successful economic rebound, Berlin's finance minister believes Greece could actually need yet another bailout package very soon. Authorities, meantime, have banned all rallies in Athens, especially during today's visit during the German Chancellor, Angela Merkel. She's expected to offer some reassurance that the country is on the right track to recovery. But mass protests over austerity suggest that is a minority view. Matt Trezor reports from Athens.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel coming to the Greek capital during a very tense time, a backdrop of protests here, people who are angry with the austerity policies that they're suffering under here in Athens and across the country. She's meeting with Antonis Samaras, the Greek Prime Minister, during her visit, and a group of young entrepreneurs who they feel are necessary for the future growth of the country, a country that, according to some economic forecasts, may have reached a turning point. But there are those who say that that will not be the case. There are those who say that unemployment will persist and that they're worried about whether the Greek economy will be able to turn around and whether the Greek government is going to be able to make the kind of steps they need in order to ensure growth. One of the groups that Angela Merkel is not going to be meeting with during her time here is the Greek opposition, which makes up about 30% of the country's parliament. The Greek opposition is, of course, vehemently opposed to any further bailing out of the country, and, of course, that may very well be the reason why Angela Merkel has decided not to sit down and talk with them. The Greek opposition leader, Alexis Tsipras, saying that the opposition is guaranteeing the future of Europe and that Angela Merkel is only representing Europe's past. He means that if the economic foundation is destroyed, then they will be guilty. For example, Angela Merkel. Privately, there are those Germans who say, apparently, according to one report, that she views the opposition as troublemakers and undesirable negotiators. Well, one person I met with from the Syriza party is Kostas Issikos. He's in charge of foreign policy with them, and he gave me some of his party's thoughts about the German Chancellor's visit.
Well, we have been hearing this tale for the last 3 years, that growth is just around the corner. Unfortunately, Mrs. Merkel is participating in the pre-electoral propaganda of the government. We have more than 60% of the people in extreme poverty or poverty. These are the results of extreme neoliberal policies which have been followed through the troika policies, which in a sense just save the banks but don't save the people.
That was Kostas Issikos speaking with us there. He's in charge of foreign policy for the opposition Syriza party here in Athens. Of course, we'll be staying on top of the German Chancellor's visit. We have these meetings that are going to be set to go on today. Of course, we will be following them throughout the day here on RT and bring you, of course, any developments as they happen.
The Greeks are still feeling the pinch of austerity imposed by the government. Around 11,000 state workers will be laid off just this year. And that'll only add to the unemployment rate, which was already as high as 27.5%. In fact, the expressions of economic optimism come more from the idea that surely things can't get any worse. GDP, for example, is down a third in just 5 years. Well, criticism of the continuous bailouts isn't just confined to Greece. German politician Peter Gallweiler, he believes Berlin should just stop picking up the tab.
Greece needs the possibility, just like other states in the EU, to exit the euro. Greece is way too expensive. It has to become cheaper in order to bring its tourism and shipbuilding industries to economic viability. With the euro, it will be extremely difficult. Greece should use Turkey's recipe for success. Turkey was broke 20 years ago, but managed to survive by becoming cheaper for tourists by devaluing its currency. Things cannot go well for us if our neighbors are in trouble. We have to help the Greeks to get out of their dilemma. But how long before Germany's taxpayers lose patience? Germans are saying that they are giving way too much money, but outside of Germany, the country is being criticized for not giving enough.